Most businesses fail, but the real question is, how can you run a business that doesn't fail? Well, I found 4 businesses with the lowest failure rate ever, which I'm going to share with you today. Now, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, 20% of U.S. small businesses fail within the first year. Then, that jumps up to like 50% by year 5, and after 10 years, 2/3 of all businesses have gone under. Now, on the surface, that's not great odds. But the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics definition of failure is completely different than the definition of failure for an individual small business owner. So let's take a quick moment to define failure. The official definition of a failed business by the government is one that has filed for bankruptcy or has closed up shop. And the vast majority of the businesses that they cover are brick and mortar businesses that have run out of money. But this definition of failure is a bit obsolete for today's small business owners. The cost to start a business online is literally 1/100th the cost of starting a physical business. Some businesses literally cannot fail because it costs no money to start and you can never really run out of money or go bankrupt. Some businesses will eventually succeed over time if you just stick with it. This is why my list of businesses that are the least likely to fail are going to be completely different than the official list from the U.S. Bureau of Labor. For example, according to the government, the business that is least likely to fail is a laundromat. But let me ask you this. I can see how a laundromat might have a low failure rate. After all, everyone has to do laundry, right? But who the hell wants to run a laundromat? Personally, I'd rather get a regular job than manage a bunch of laundry machines for a living. Plus, it costs a lot of money to purchase one of these, and there's a ton of risk involved. Would you risk $100,000 for a bunch of laundry machines? Do you even have $100K lying around or willing to get a loan for it? Probably not. So let's get to my list of businesses that have the lowest risk. And I'm going to present these businesses to you in a very specific order, from businesses that cost next to nothing to start and maintain to the ones that require more capital but are extremely safe nonetheless. All right, number 1 probably won't surprise you. It's to launch an online store. Online stores today cost next to nothing to start and run. For example, when I first started my store over at bumblebeelinens.com, I literally invested $630 to get it off its feet. That's it. I used a free open source shopping cart and a cheap web host called Bluehost to host my store for just $7 a month. And back in the day, I also had to pay $30 a month for credit card processing, but all told, I could keep my store up and running for just $37 a month. And at that run rate, there was literally zero chance for it to go under. Hell, if I need to run my business for just one more month, I would just go out to eat one less time and that would cover it. Today, you can literally get started selling online for $3 a month all in. In fact, my 9 and 11-year-old kids launched their own online store over at kidincharge.com for just $2.95. If you want to learn how, watch this video here and I'll even send you the theme they use for their website for free. Now you're probably wondering how this is possible. Well, today, you don't have to spend any money upfront for inventory if you don't want to. Dropshipping is where you have an arrangement with your supplier such that you take orders online, and when an order comes in, the supplier stores and ships the product to the end customer. Now, if you're a creative person, you can even launch a print-on-demand store. Print-on-demand is where you sell your own custom-designed t-shirts, mugs, and hoodies, and a third-party print service handles all the fulfillment. If you decide to sell your own branded private label products, which is what I sell over at bumblebeelinens.com, your startup cost for inventory will be on the order of several thousands of dollars, but that's pretty much it. The cost to maintain the online store itself is next to nothing. Even today, the cost to run and maintain my 7-figure e-commerce store is around $1,000 a month, assuming no employees and my wife and I run it ourselves. That's it. And at that run rate, we could literally run it forever. Now, is it possible that I could ever run out of money? Maybe, but something catastrophic would have to happen. Realistically, the only reason my business could fail is if I decide to shut it down. Meanwhile, the upside for e-commerce is huge. For example, my student Sally started her own online store selling cross-stitch kits for just a couple $1,000s, and today she makes over 1 million pounds per year over at caterpillarcrossstitch.com. My student Angela started with even less money than Sally and makes over $1 million per year selling jewelry over at azurajewelry.com. Another student of my class, JK, sells farmhouse decor and generates 7 figures per year as well, and he only risked several thousands of dollars. My student Amanda dropships dollhouse furniture and makes six figures, and she risked only a couple $100s to start. Now you're probably thinking, what about the students in my class that fail? Well, it's rarely because they run out of money. Students who aren't successful in my class usually never launch a single product, or they don't follow through, and failing and never starting are two completely different things. Again, nothing's guaranteed in business, but that's one of the reasons I talk about e-commerce so often. The cost to get started is low, and it's really up to you whether you decide to fail or not. Plus, it's simple to understand. You find a bunch of products to sell, and you sell them. So I've got a free 6-day e-commerce mini course on the nitty-gritty of starting an online store for you, how to run it, and how to start no matter what your budget is. Sign up using the link below. Now, the second type of business that literally has 0% of failure is content. Back in 2009, I started my blog over at mywifequitherjob.com that today makes over $1.6 million per year through affiliate marketing, course sales, advertising, and sponsorships. Now, to fund this blog, it literally cost me less than $10 to start. I signed up for a cheap web host called HostGator, installed WordPress and a free theme, and just started writing blog posts. My monthly hosting bill at the time back in 2009 was just $4.95 a month. At that low price, it is literally impossible to fail. Hell, just buy one less coffee per month and you're still in business. Here's my simple strategy for making money blogging. I write blog posts targeting keywords that people are actively searching for on Google to build traffic through search. Then, once they're on my site, I get them to subscribe to my email list. Then, I funnel the people on my list towards affiliate offers, courses, and digital products that I sell. There are literally no expenses to run this type of business, and the best part is that the more content you create, the more traffic that you will get. This is why I think of my blog like a stock that can only go up and to the right. The more blog posts that I write, the more keywords I rank for in search, and the more traffic I receive. The only downside to starting a blog is that it takes a long time to get off its feet. I didn't start making any money at all until the 2-year mark. I didn't hit the 6-figure per year mark until year 3, but after that, the growth was exponential, and I hit 7 figures around year 6. But bottom line, at $4.95 a month, this business literally cannot fail unless you decide to shut it down yourself. And if you stick with it, eventually you will get traffic and sales. Now, the next business type to start that cannot fail is a YouTube channel. Starting a YouTube channel is a lot like a blog. It costs $0 to start, provided that you have a smartphone, and the more videos you create, the more money you will make. Currently, this YouTube channel makes multiple 6 figures in profit every single year just on advertising alone. Some months I make $30K, some months I make $10K, but it's almost like free money because all I do is upload videos and Google sends me a check every single month. In addition, my YouTube channel drives between 50 to 100 new signups to my email list every day, which I then funnel to my affiliate offers and my online courses. But despite costing no money to start, it does take time to make money. My YouTube channel didn't make any money at all in its first year. By the second year, I was making a couple $1,000s per month, but by year 3, I hit 6 figures per year. Like blogging, a YouTube channel is also like a stock that can only go up. The more content you have, the more it will rank in YouTube search and generate traffic and ad revenue. And your YouTube channel can literally never fail unless you decide to shut it down yourself. There's no risk whatsoever. Plus, the audience that you build through YouTube can be used to sell physical products, digital products, practically anything. For example, my buddy Eric Banholtz started a 7-figure e-commerce store called Beard Brand, selling beard care products, and he attributes over 50% of his sales to YouTube. When someone watches a video of yours, you instantly establish trust, and through this channel you are watching, I am constantly bombarded by inquiries from people who want to work with me. Now, once you've made some money using the 3 business ideas I just mentioned, now you have money to invest in other, more traditional business models. So my 4th business type that has the lowest failure rate is real estate and rental properties. Andrew Carnegie, one of the wealthiest entrepreneurs of all time, once said that 90% of all millionaires become rich through owning real estate. More money has been made in real estate than almost all industrial investments combined. Now, according to studies, real estate is a solid investment with an 85.3% success rate. And why is this the case? It's because it's a simple business with hard assets. Plus, the tax laws greatly favor those who own rental properties. When you rent a property, you establish a monthly cash flow, and your expenses from month to month are usually fixed. Meanwhile, your asset also tends to appreciate in value consistently over time while your loan or mortgage payment remains fixed. There's not a lot of change. You know upfront that you have to pay X dollars for your mortgage and you'll receive Y dollars from your renter, and the difference is your profit. Also, it's one of the few businesses where you can exercise leverage fairly easily to buy the asset with borrowed bank money. Then, you have tax benefits like 1031 exchanges where you sell to defer capital gains, depreciation, and amortization, which are basically ways for you to take write-offs on your taxes. Then there's the passive component where you can just hire a property manager to manage your properties. Now, there's no such thing as free money with no work, but real estate is almost always interesting no matter the cycle of the market. Even if you're only making a small percentage monthly, it all adds up over time, and the 1031 exchange rule allows you to consistently trade up your properties to larger ones without paying any taxes on the gains. When I was growing up, my parents made a lot of their money through real estate. In fact, most of the businesses on the US Department of Labor's low failure rate list have to do with real estate. For example, other businesses on this list are self-storage facilities, car washes, and laundromats. Now overall, the key takeaway here is that the age-old slogan of 9 out of 10 businesses fail is completely obsolete. Most businesses today aren't brick and mortar anymore, and if you go the online route, your expenses will be so low that you can't really fail unless you choose to stop. Now that you know the businesses that have the lowest failure rate, watch this video here to see all of my various businesses and income streams that generate me over $2 million per year, working only 20 hours per week.